This will get created once we install SI.
Okay.
And where is this? I'll just show you the location. This is the location we would have chosen, when we are starting.
Okay.
CSI.
Okay.
Once we are installing anything, we give it a location saying C and SI51, and the
Okay.
rest will be taken by SI itself. We'll install some bins, and within bin there'll be a lot of command files. CMD, okay, the extension is CMD.
Okay.
It's just like .sh, but this is for Windows.
Okay.
.cmd command files. Now this is what you generally run to start a Windows service, and to stop there is a stop Windows service or there is a hard stop in this. So that is how you start and stop. And I've actually already started the system because it's a VM. It takes really long time. I don't want to stop it right now.
So basically from the command prompt, you go to that particular location and then you give that command start Windows service.command to start the service.
Yes, that is one way of doing it. Another way is the shortcut is already here. You just right click and run as admin. Remember
Oh,
they said go to run as admin. Okay, just right click on this and you can run it.
okay.
So where it is you can go to SI51. This is where we have installed it.
Okay.
Okay, once you install stuff, you'll have something called pre-install SI. This will be a log file, and it will show if anything went wrong. If there's anything wrong, it will show the logs here. In other cases, it will show the command completed successfully, which means your SI has installed properly.
Oh,
And
okay.
once SI installs, this is how your folder structure will be. And you should remember one thing is let me show the folder. You can install more than this something called jars. Okay, this should be SFG. Okay, so if you see all these things, AFC, FQ, MQ, parameter, open, SASML, and all these things are jars which can be installed on SI.
Okay.
So if you want another component to be installed, okay, you can install it here. For example, if you want your file sharing or AFTs, you can do it there. So I'll run through that, but not now, no later classes.
Okay.
Okay, these are a few. This is how your installed or ready SI will look like, and your executables will be in this. There will be a lot of things, yeah, in the bin.
Okay.
So if you see, this will be start. Okay, it has a start ActiveMQ, start ActiveMQ Windows service, start ASI, start CLE2, start cluster. So a lot of start services. So your main service will be a start Windows service.
Okay.
And what is inside it? You can simply say edit, and you can find out. Okay, this is a script which is calling many more scripts. It's calling stop OPS Windows, stop ASI Windows, and it's calling stop Active Windows, and then it again starts all these things.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's actually doing a soft stop and start. Okay.
What is the stop? What is the single stop command actually? What is the main stop command? If I want to run it through the command prompt.
If you want to run through command prompt, main is soft stop. Just have to use soft stop. I'll show you that. So there's one called stop Windows service. Okay. This will be pretty much soft stop for Unix or Linux machines. This is how you stop it.
Okay.
And the other way to do it will be hard stop. Okay, these are the way.
Okay, hard stop dot command. Okay.
Yes. Probably what happens in the difference between these two is hard stop abruptly stops everything. It doesn't wait for any process to fairly exit.
Okay.
And it just pushes everything out of out of the stack, and it's like end process.
Gotcha.
In your task manager, if you right click and end process, it's like that.
Okay.
So there's your hard stop script. And let me also show you how the install folder looks like. So this is how your installed one looks. These are your installers. Okay. And there are a few things you require here. Let me just run this. This is the main SCI install visit. Okay.
Okay.
And it requires a few things. Okay, I'll just once you get to this is SI integrator 5.1. Just say next and accept the terms and conditions. This is where you give your JDK directory. Your JDK is required minimum of 6, update 14. Okay,
Okay.
minimum of 6. So once you have JDK version 6, you can continue with this. Right now, you just say next to it. Then you give full path for license file, which will be your full license dev. This will be an XML file. You have to
Okay.
provide the path to it. I'll just give a random. Okay, file is not exist. We'll give what it is. Okay. Then it'll ask you JCE jar file. JCE is your more like a policy file. So this is your JCE policy 6. You select that file. Okay.
Okay.
Then we select install directory without spaces. I selected a CSI file. Okay. Similarly here I can give C because we already installed it. We'll give something SI555 or whatever. Just say next. It says directory does not exist. We have to create it. We'll say yes to that. And then we finally give the SI install jar, which will be your SI.jar. This is your SI jar main file.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we'll say next. So this is your explicit IP address or host name. Generally, it will remain to localhost. If you're on a domain, then you'll have your domain name, your machine name. You can give that.
Okay.
And if you're not on a domain, if you're not a machine name, you can give your machine name also if it is a work group machine. Generally, we'll stick with localhost. And the port, you can give any valid port address. So 8080 is by default selected. I have given as 11,000. You can give 12,000. You can give 15,000. And if you're trying to mimic your production or QA servers, you see what configurations are there,
Okay.
and based on that you can provide your local host. Or I can also suggest if let us say your machine name has prod dot some company name dot something, it goes on like this, right? So you can even mimic this name, but to do that you'll have to have some knowledge of web development also. You can actually create, once you do this, it'll come back to your local host. You can give a configuration like that also.
Okay.
So right now we'll just give to local host. We'll just give it some 15,000. Say next. Okay. Now if you see the error here is disk space command failed. Now this error is because we ran this command. Okay, we ran this SI install wizard just like that. We just said open. Now you have to remember one thing is you have to run SI install wizard using admin rights. So to do that, we can't just right click and open it. There's no option of run as admin here. So you'll have to go to command prompt. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to C Windows. Okay. Depending on system 32 or system 64. Okay. Mine's a 64-bit machine. I'll go to sys WoW 64 folder. Remember this? There's a system 32 and WoW 64.
Okay.
You can get it to either ones. All we are doing is we are finding this CMD file. Okay, we're finding this file. You say right click and run as admin.
Okay.
Okay. Now you run, go to your folder. Now you can run this file. Now once you run this, okay, this won't throw your disk space error. Okay, we accept all the default stuff as it is.
Okay.
We just go to the next. Now I'll not be executing this. I'll just get to the last step and
And quit it.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, give it the install folder. Select your SCI jar file. I'll just select test.dp for everything. I'll give 11,000 here. Yeah, it won't work this way. I think you'll have to give all the files. Okay. So what we can do is, once we do this, at the end there is another command, another window opening up, which will be asking your database credentials. It'll ask your database host name, database password. It'll ask your DSN, or database table name. Once you provide this, it's going to run a small test on the database. If it works fine, before that, it's going to check disk space. If that works fine, then the database works fine. The install will begin. Once install begins, there'll be a file called pre-install.log. Okay, let me get here. There'll be something called pre-install.si.log file. You can keep opening this. Instead of opening, you will have to do a copy paste each time, and then open it because it'll be locked.
Okay.
And then find out what's happening, if there's an error or not. And if you see this was a folder we created using SI. So you can get rid of that. So this is generally how you do the SI, but once I get a complete setup, I'll run through how to do that.
Okay.
So once your SI is installed on Windows machine, okay, you will have your shortcut on desktop. Right click on that, run as admin. It'll run a command prompt, and eventually you'll have your SI up, and you'll have this admin console. It's actually going to open the entire dashboard for you. This is the screen you're going to end up at.
Okay.
Okay. And then you log into it. Admin and password. Okay. Okay. So I think we can probably reserve this one class. What I'll do is, if possible, we'll do it on Moit's machine. If that's not possible, then I'll set up a VM on my side. We'll, run through how to install the SI completely. Is it fine?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have hands on your installers anywhere? Do you have any install files?
No, you mean SI?
Yeah, SI.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Salim,
Probably if you had, yeah, tell me.
I think it's ready now. Okay, I think I will give you the control. Okay.
Okay.
Um, so, okay. Request. Okay, cancel. Let me.
And Salim, do you have notes on documentation and all these, how to install in the Windows and then Unix too?
Generally, how to install is actually not a course. I'm giving it from myself because I used to prepare a lot of guys in IBM for SI certifications. So I used to install all this stuff for them. So that is how it came to me. So I can actually provide a small screenshot. Probably there'll be something for Oracle, but I usually run through DB2 or MS SQL, so it won't be there. If I have any guys, probably I have some. I'll share it to you.
Okay, thanks, man.
Okay.
I'll share it to you. Yeah.
Salim, can you stop sharing from your side so I can start?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me share. Okay, so if you see we have this installer. Okay, so just check it if it's fine. Like if this is Windows installer, and then some plugins and tools, and I think this is the DB2 image. I think DB2 installer, and some folder is this Windows 64. I'm not sure what is this. Is it the correct file?
This is, I think, for a complete SCP thing. You have SES, which is Sterling External Authentication Server. We don't require that.
Okay.
And probably open the fourth folder.
This one, or this one?
One above that. Yeah, 524 ml. 524. Not this. One above that, yes. Yeah. You open this. It has a JDK, it has a core license, it has a pre-check, it has patch, it has install wizard, and it has. I think this is what we require.
This is what we require. Huh?
Click on SI install wizard. Can you check that? SI wizard IFC, yeah. Double click on that, yeah. Click on open.
But
it's a jar file.
It's a jar file. How will it open?
It'll open. Just say open, yeah. Yeah, this is your main installer.
Okay.
and you have to give all the license, all the paths on this.
Okay. 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 So okay, but I don't think so. Database installed here. Okay.
The database is not installed, is it?
So we need to first install database, right?
Yeah, it will take long time, but DB2.
No, no, I don't think it will take 5 minutes only because this
Okay.
server machine, right? It's quite has 32 GB RAM.
Okay. Okay.
So and I will just install. We do have DB2 also in this. Okay, so let me just set up.
I think Salim, while he's installing the database, can we go ahead and start the introduction session?
Yeah, sure. I think we can do that.
Yeah, and then Salim, and Mohit, can you pass it on to Salim if you don't mind?
Yeah,
Probably,
sure,
while you're
Manager. Okay. On the business process manager, you have how to run your VPM. You just have to say go on that. It'll open there, and how to create a process definition, which is you're creating a new BP in your SI machine. You can search your SI using some process name. Okay, and just give it a test and say go. It'll have a few stuff here, and you can also list it alphabetically. A, B, C, D. If you have anything related to K. If you don't have anything, it will show you a message saying no BP satisfy your search criteria, please try again. So this is generally your BP manager.